Hi, this is Aaron Zambrano with AtoZ Window Screens, and I'd like to be the first to congratulate you on purchasing your brand new Clearview retractable screen door. It's one of the finest quality retractable screen doors on the market today, one of the only retractable screen doors with a safe glide patented speed reducer system to help keep the door from slamming back against itself. There's a couple tips and tricks we want to share with you to make sure that your experience with your new retractable screen door is as awesome as we know it can be. First, there's some do's and don'ts. First, don't accidentally walk into the retractable screen door. When you pull the Clearview retractable screen door out of the housing from the outside, you'll notice that you can see the screen pretty well. But when you're standing inside the house looking out through the screen almost but disappears. It's very difficult to see. So the number one thing that we find out with these retractable screen doors is that somebody doesn't see the screen and they accidentally walk into the screen. For that reason, we always suggest adhering a sticker onto the screen fabric to make sure it breaks the screen fabric up and that everyone can see it. If you have small pets or children, just ask. AtoZ Window Screens would be happy to install another sticker down low at everyone's eyesight just to make sure nobody accidentally walks into the retractable screen door. The second don't is don't allow pets or small children to jump up on, push against, or scratch the screen fabric. Remember, your Clearview retractable screen door has a lifetime warranty on all the mechanical parts against factory defects, but that does not include abuse or neglect. The screen fabric carries absolutely no warranty, and for that reason we always want to make sure everybody understands that the screen needs to be handled with care. Third don't let go of the door accidentally. Now, this retractable screen door does have a built-in speed reducer to help it glide back nice and safe and smooth. Still, it's always best practice anytime you pull the retractable screen door out, when you're bringing it back, just guide it back with your hand the entire way. Fourth, don't retract the screen door back into the housing if the wind has blown the screen fabric out of the housing. So for example, once in a while, if the wind is really strong and the fabric gets pushed by the wind, the fabric can come out of the track across the top and the bottom of the screen. In the event that the screens come out of the track, 9 times out of 10, when you retract the screen back into the housing, it'll reset itself. But if in the event that you sense that something is dragging or scratching the screen fabric, stop. Reverse your direction, tap on the screen a couple times, and get that fabric to pop back into the track on top and bottom, and then proceed to go ahead and bring it back all the way. If you force it, you can accidentally rip the top or bottom edges of the screen fabric. So just be paying attention when you're pulling the door in or out. Fifth, don't open or close the door with excessive force or speed. Going back and forth too fast is not good for the screen fabric because it'll cause the fabric to come out of the tracks. So just take your time with it, nice and slow. Bring it in and out at a leisurely pace. Especially kids, they like to play with stuff and be rough on it. Don't let them do that. Sixth point, don't leave the screen exposed when it's not in use. So for example, it's quite common for somebody to open their door, use their screen, enjoy their screen all day, and then decide they're going to go to bed at night. Rather than retracting the screen back into the housing, they simply shut the door and go to bed. That's not what we want to do. Anytime you're not using your retractable screen door, you want to retract it back and protect the fabric inside the housing. That way, no cats come along and find a nice, very expensive scratching post overnight. In addition, if you have French retractable screen doors, a very common mistake is for the homeowner to pull one side of the retractable screen door and lock it into position, and then come and go through the other side, but they never ever, at the end of the day, undo the pins and retract the other side into the housing. We do not want to do that. Anytime you're not using retractable screen doors, you want to make sure, especially with French doors, both retractable screen doors are retracted back into their housings. By leaving a retractable screen door out and exposed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the spring inside the housing actually becomes weak, and over time, the fabric will not want to retract back into the housing very well. So again, anytime you're not using your retractable screen door, you want to retract it back into the housing and leave it protected and leave the spring nice and tight. Now a couple do's. Number one do, you do want to keep the top and bottom tracks lubricated with a good quality silicone spray. Whatever you do, don't use WD-40 or oil or any other oil-based lubricants. Those kind of lubricants will attract dirt and dust and create a grimy, slimy, icky mess on the bottom track, which you will then step on and inevitably track onto your floors and your carpets. Using dry silicone spray is the best. It comes out as a liquid, evaporates very quickly, but then lubricates the tracks top and bottom for a long time without creating a greasy mess. If you don't remember to lubricate your tracks top and bottom, what's going to happen is eventually you're going to notice that your retractable screen door doesn't want to slide very well on the tracks. In fact, it won't want to slide back into the housing very well at all. You'll call our office and you say, hey, my retractable screen door is not working very well. Can you help me? And we'll say, yeah. When's the last time you lubricated the tracks top and bottom with silicone spray? Once you lubricate the top and bottom tracks with good quality silicone spray, it'll slide and glide as good as the day we installed it. Number two, you do want to keep the bottom track clear and free from any dirt, debris, pet hair, leaves, etc. Those items get accumulated in that bottom track and they can keep it from retracting back and forth very well. In addition, sometimes that debris can actually get sucked with the fabric back into the housing and cause issues. So again, you always want to keep that bottom track clear and free of debris. Third, you do want to keep any screws tightened and snug about once a year. There are several screws holding the sill adapter and the bottom track in position, as well as several screws across the top of the door opening holding everything into position. So once a year you'll want to go around and just snug those screws up a little bit to make sure everything's still tight. And the fourth and most important do we ask is that you do tell everybody where you got the amazing retractable screen door. And just to make that as easy as possible, of course, we've got our little AtoZ screen sticker on there, as well as some AtoZ window screen stickers on the inside and the outsides of our handle. So in the event that any of your friends ever ask you where you got the great retractable screen door, you know right where to send them. So congratulations once again on the purchase of your brand new Clearview retractable screen door from AtoZ Window Screens. We truly appreciate your business. We know that if you follow these care and maintenance steps diligently, your retractable screen door will give you a lifetime of trouble-free and awesome service. Getting you the breeze without the bugs, that's us at AtoZ. Thanks again.